First up, we have Nick DiCarlo from Samsung. We've talked a lot about Samsung. So Nick is general manager of the immersive products in virtual reality. So we're not going to put him on the spot about TVs versus mobile, unless you want to take that one, Nick.
No,
but he's going to talk about what Samsung is doing in virtual reality, and you can see it downstairs in a few minutes. That's obviously a powerful use of the phone. And why don't you tell folks what they can see downstairs, and maybe you could touch upon, because we talked about it on the panel, what you guys think about the adoption curve for VR. We had a little bit of a debate. I was probably the most bullish, but maybe your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the panelists all had very valid perspectives about virtual reality, but just to sort of simplify it, virtual reality is real. You can go to Amazon, you can go to Best Buy, you can try it in a store, you can go to T-Mobile, you can go to AT&T, and you can use virtual reality on a phone that millions and millions of people have today. And blow your mind, honestly, in a product that we've been shipping the consumer version since November. Lots and lots of people have them. It's a new technology, but it's a platform that's been being built for now a year and a half, 2 years. And when you've got a product that has a lot of friction, if you think about for Snapchat, I don't want to turn my hand to the side, but you're going to put on goggles and put your phone in it. It's a really high friction platform. It's got to be pretty mind-blowing, right? And so that's why we're excited about it. That's why the virtual reality industry is exciting, recognizing that it has a very long technology horizon, that what you see today is essentially the flip phone era of virtual reality. And I don't know how many flip phone carriers are in here, or I won't embarrass anybody. But we're in the flip phone era of virtual reality, and so if you imagine that when I joined the wireless industry in 2002, there wasn't data on cell phones, there wasn't cameras, there wasn't Bluetooth, there wasn't Wi-Fi, there wasn't browsers, there wasn't apps, there wasn't touchscreens. All these things that are universal in every single person in here's lives have been changed in a very short time horizon around a new technology like that. So I've seen it firsthand how much change can happen in the world, and then you get to all these amazing platforms, Uber and Snapchat and Facebook and all these other things that are on top of that. It's an amazing demonstration of sort of the flexibility and the changeability of societies, and that's part of what makes me excited about the potential of virtual reality.
And what can folks see downstairs?
Oh, good point. You can see LeBron. You can see interactive video storytelling made by the Skybound, the company that makes Walking Dead. It's a Samsung technology. You can see some amazing animation from a company called Baobab Studios, and probably some other really cool stuff.
Great. So next we have Mark, let me get the name, Risis?
You got it.
Close enough, for TiVo. And he had strategy, business development, and marketing. And maybe you could tell the folks what they'll see, but I think it came up in the panel, why do I want to use a DVR in this day and age when there's so much available, streaming and other ways to get to the stuff I want to see?
Sure, I think we have a quick video.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, do the video. You do the video, and then they'll give you time to think about the answer to that question.
I got the answer.
Introducing the all-new TiVo Bolt, the unified entertainment system. It looks unconventional because there's nothing conventional about it. The TiVo Bolt brings all your entertainment together in a way that's simple, speedy, and personal. It plugs into your existing cable service or your HD antenna, records up to 4 shows at once, and delivers your streaming apps in the same experience. Search everything in one click. Find every available season and every available episode, no matter where it comes from, and it's instantly organized and served up for your binging pleasure. The TiVo Bolt was built to get you to your stuff and through your stuff faster. All those interruptions, forget them. Skip over the commercial breaks in your recorded shows at the press of a single button. You can even speed through slower moving recorded shows 30% faster with pitch-perfect audio. It's fast-forward, perfected. Combine skip mode and quick mode, and your time savings really start to add up. Oh, and if there's a 4K TV in your future, this is the box for you. It's compatible with 4K ultra-high definition content. Make the switch to a unified entertainment system with the proudly unconventional TiVo Bolt.
Sounds like what Joe on the panel a few minutes ago was looking for. But tell us what you think. We're going to see you downstairs. Tell us what you think about DVR versus other ways to get to content. I'm going to give you one more, and I'll just preface it by saying I'm a board member of the Interpublic Group, which is one of the large ad agency holding companies. How should marketers feel about the skip ad button?
How much time do I have?
2 minutes.
Sure. Well, okay, so I'll start with the elephant in the room. So the skip button really is just the penultimate realization of the capability that TiVo released to the world, and this capability has been appropriated by every single cable company in telecom, which is fast forwarding. All we did is just make the fast forwarding button better, and this feature is really aimed at people who are very good at fast forwarding, and all we're doing is just making it slightly easier to do so. I'm a user of this box, and I use the skip sometimes if the commercials are something I've seen, I don't know, 500 times before, and I'm in need of a quicker fix on my television show. But oftentimes, I'm told by my wife, let's not skip, let's actually fast forward, or let's watch the commercial. And if it's something that we're interested in, we're actually going to consume it like any other piece of content. So from the skip standpoint, all we're doing is serving those that are already doing this, and this is a technology that's pretty ubiquitous. The quick mode is actually fascinating. This is addressing the fact that a lot of content, certainly reality programming, not all of it is interesting to an individual viewer. A lot of it is kind of interesting, and don't you wish sometimes you can kind of get through it a little bit faster? Perhaps it's an episode of a show you've seen, you kind of get it, but you don't want to miss out. If you do go to the fridge, and it is a Samsung fridge that you so love, you may want to actually hear what's in.
I'm typecast now.
You're the Samsung fridge guy. You want to be able to get through that content a little bit faster, but you want to hear, in case it's a plot line, perhaps it's a contestant that went postal, you want to know that that's actually happening, and the quick mode allows you to do that. As a user, I can tell you there's virtually no difference to my non-musical ear with how the content is sounding. The music sounds right, the voices sound right, there's no chipmunk voice involved, and it's a wonderful way to get through content faster. Sporting events like cycling, golf, even tennis are actually fascinating to watch. You still get the full experience without any compromise.
Can you make it so that we can watch the shows without having to watch them?
It's two CESs ahead. The search, the one that Jason so graciously called brilliant, and I actually would agree with that. The search for us, I mean, the theme is simplification and savings. What we want to do is make it simple for the mass consumer, and the folks on the stage before me and us, we are not the mass consumer. We're way, way on the cutting edge, if you will, from being aware of technology, being aware of advertising. But for the mass consumer, it's overwhelming. Thousands of apps. Who has time to watch thousands of apps? Who has time to go into each and every one of those? I have this thing called paradox of choice. When I go into Netflix, I actually don't want to start anything because I don't want to commit to anything. It's too much to choose from. I wish something was recommended to me. I wish that choice, the burden of choice, was removed. And I wish that I didn't have to go into each one of the apps and figure out what is in there. Because today, Big Bang Theory is on Netflix, tomorrow it's on Amazon, the day after, who knows where it is. So our universal search goes across every single piece of content and pulls it out and brings it to the forefront of the viewer. So as a viewer, you're engaging with the content. Where the content is coming from is indifferent, and for us, we believe that's the way for the mass consumers to adopt this technology at scale.
Great. Thanks, Mark. Jesse, we have Jesse Hertzberg, who's the CEO of Livestream. You have a camera downstairs that you'll be demonstrating, not just any camera. Perhaps you could tell us what we'll see downstairs, and I'm particularly interested in who's it pitched to. Is it a consumer, prosumer, professional? How you think about the buyers of this?
Sure. So this little camera gives you a full TV studio in about a 2.5-inch device, 9 cameras, and a full live production switcher. And you can direct the show directly from your iPhone app. Zoom, pan, tilt, cut between shots, etc. We'll show you a demo in a second. This product was built for businesses. So if you look at like the setup in this room, 50 to 100 grand to have 3-4 cameras, mixing board, live production switcher, etc. That's out of reach for most small and medium businesses. And a lot of folks, and we service those customers, a lot of folks would call us, look for a live video solution, but weren't willing to invest the capital that was required. So we knew we had to come up with something that cost $1,000 or $2,000 for small and medium businesses that wanted access to the same technology to put video out in the world. And we built this, and then we gave it to people, and all they did was shoot their kids. Little League game, ballet recital, taekwondo belt test, school play. Everyone's been to the school play. Everyone's watching their phone. No one's watching their kid. And this solves that problem. So we built it for businesses, but we're selling it to consumers.
Well, I saw this demo downstairs. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Do you see, like, in 3-4 years, you're sitting in the control room at NBC and you don't need to have a controller anymore because it's switching between the talking heads on Meet the Press or whatever it is?
So there's no way you're going to get me on tape saying that.
This is the Paley Center. They don't
Yeah,
care.
no, we're not going to replace that. But you know, you have a YouTube generation, you have a selfie generation. Everybody wants to be the star of their own show, and whether it's your kids or whether it's yourself, you deserve to present yourself, your kids, the way they deserve to be seen, and give them, you know, the right moment in the spotlight with the production value that they deserve.
And did I cut you off from showing your video?
Yeah, let's just show the clip, and you'll see the iPad will show you the output, the iPhone will show you the live production switcher, and it's all run off one camera. It's going to run through a few clips. There'll be, I'm not sure how long this is. We'll show a press conference and a wedding. So you know, to do like a 4-person press conference, you got 5 cameras, you got fixed cam, 4 cameramen, a producer in the back of the room. That press conference was shot with this. I guess there's no wedding, so there you go.
I literally, my first job in the industry for years was in television production studios, and we had Ikegami 79s, for those of you that are of that generation, $80,000, Grass Valley switchers, you know, a couple $100,000. And it's just extraordinary to see that you can do it that way, and the retail is?
The retail's $399. And you'll see the demo downstairs, so when faces appear in the camera's field of view, the camera will automatically detect the faces and put a camera on you. So if there's 4 people on stage, there'd be a virtual camera on each of us, and if you hit into multi-view, you'll see 5 cameras. You'll see the wide shot plus all the close shots.